Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to a new series, possibly here on the channel. And today I bring you Feed the Beast integration by parts. Now, you might be wondering what this is and why I already have some tools on me and stuff like that, and like a bunch of resources. Well, I did not build this, by the way. This is from Astral Sorcery. Yeah, you can even see on the tooltip at the top. This is from Astral Sorcery. I don't even know what this is. I believe that I can use this for some sort of ritual or maybe get something out of here. I don't really know what this is. There's a smaller version down there. I also don't know what that is. But yeah, I have some tools because I already started on this pack over on the live stream. You can go ahead and check it out, where I took an hour and a half to get a bucket. I'm not even kidding. Why did I take an hour and a half to get a bucket, you might ask? Well, this is because this pack is actually an expert mod pack, which means a lot of the recipes are changed to be harder and required a whole bunch of other things. And for example, if you would just want to get your hands on an iron ingot, well, you can get through iron nuggets, through iron essences for mystical agriculture, or an iron block, for example. Now, you're thinking you maybe want to smelt the ore. Well, we can't actually smelt the ore because we can only smelt iron shards, iron clumps, and iron dust. Now, the iron clumps comes from the pulverizer, the macerator, and the crusher. The iron shards come for an ore washer, which, if you're wondering what this is, I'll get to that in just a second. And you can get it from iron dust, which needs, well, a macerator, a separator, a centrifugal separator, or mana. So yeah, you can see it takes a bunch of extra steps to get some things going. Now this, if you want to know what this is just a charcoal kiln. If I go over here to the quest lines, you can see I didn't go like very far into this, just a couple of things that I did. I got some new rewards here. I'll take those, like, don't get me wrong, and my inventory is completely filled, so that's not really that great. So I gotta go down here and then come back to pick up all those things. But I guess I can show you what I've been doing in a little bit off from the live stream. I'm basically trying to get some more resources, and I guess you can go ahead and deposit all of these items into here because we're not really needing them at the moment. Like that one and that one and that one, that one. We kind of be using all the other ones. So yeah, let's just get right on to what we're doing. If you want to see what we did here on this area, we could just go ahead and check the live stream. Now, a quick recap. We started with Botania because you're meant to start with Botania from the first quests, because these actually allow you to get ore. For example, we have, for example, this gold ore, and we can toss it into here, and you can see it turns into gold dust, and that gold dust can actually be put through a smelter. So that's basically how you smelt the early ores. Now, I already went ahead and made this, the seared melter, but they kind of went ahead and bite me back when I tried to start with this, because you're meant to start with this. You're not meant to start with this. For the single reason that you're actually meant to have a bucket to put lava into here, right? So I went above and beyond to try and get a bucket. I was able to get a bucket through a very handy trade from a fisherman. This trade right here, it takes 3 emeralds for a bucket of cod, and I kind of went ahead and just bought a bucket without actually having this setup working. So yeah, I kind of cheesed that a little bit. I don't think they're going to patch that because they kind of like the way I did it. So you guys are safe to do it too if you want to just get 2 villagers, one to trade, like for example wheat and get emeralds, and then just buy a bucket of cod from a fisherman. But yeah, now it brings up what's next, right? What's next over here? Well, first of all, I want to get out of the tiny hole, and if you take a look at the rest of the quests, we're actually meant to start making things for the smeltery. Now, I thought this was going to be easier. I should never assume this is going to be easy because this is an expert pack, and I thought, well, I have the seared casting tables, the tank, I made this controller, the basins, the faucets, I made a bunch of seared bricks. Not seared bricks, but seared ingots. Yeah, no, yeah, seared bricks. They actually have the same name. Oh, brick. Oh, seared brick. How do you say that without saying the name of this one? Well, I guess they didn't thought about that, did they? But yeah, make a bunch of seared brick, but I need a bunch of other things to make actual seared bricks. So yeah, kinda I kinda stopped when I saw this recipe because I was like, oh, it's not gonna be easy, is it? Well, we started with this one, which I just went ahead and grabbed a bunch of bog earth, and I got peat. Now this is pretty simple. Bog earth takes dirt and sand and fresh water. How do you get fresh water? That's pretty simple. You get a bucket of water and you put it in your inventory, and boom, you get fresh water. It's super easy. It's super easy. So that's not really an issue. As soon as you get a water bucket, you basically breeze through a bunch of the things. Now they do have some extra things added into the pack. Now, for example, you technically have FTB alt mine, but it's actually not working, so it's deactivated. So you don't have your usual vein mining options. They do give you at the start a couple of vein mining options. They give you an iron shovel that is vein mining, and they give you a crystal shard. This is basically a vitreous pickaxe, yeah, which seems to be very, very weak. Not gonna lie. I think this is like wood tier for some reason. They also give you this with vein mining. Now the vein mining only affects veins only. So for example, vein mining would have an effect on, I think I saw some, yeah, on this guy, this piece of copper. It would technically trigger vein mining. Now you can see that this pickaxe can't actually mine this, so yeah, we can quite go ahead with that. The same for the iron shovel. Now the shovel technically works with dirt, as you can see. So if you want to get tons and tons of dirt and gravel and sand, this shovel is going to be your best friend at the start. And after you went ahead and made some bog earth, you need to place it down and around a pure daisy, and it's going to make you peat bog, which then if you break, it gives you some peat and it gives you the dirt back. So technically the dirt's a little bit reusable. You get a little bit back, not much, but you do get a little bit back. And then this single peat item you can put together with clay and bone meal to make mixed blend, and the mixed blend will later be using to make coke bricks. But right now we're just gonna smelt it and make mixed bricks, which I believe I have, yeah, a couple right here waiting for me. That's actually nickel. That's not what I want. So now what we can maybe try, oh, that's right, it's gonna give us some clay, some bog earth. Yeah, pretty cool. But we gotta need to dig deep, because we have this. We can easily smelt some of this clay. Like for example, I can smelt a stack of it real quick while we're here. But the next issue and the next thing on the agenda is the nether. We gotta go into the nether to get some netherrack, and then we get some nether bricks, so then we can actually make the seared brick. Now I want to go for a stack of them. So for a stack of them I need a stack of every single thing. I'm making a stack of bricks. I have a stack of seared brick. I need to make a little bit more mixed brick, and I'm gonna get a stack of nether brick. So yeah, there's a lot of things to do. So to start off on this, let's go ahead and make ourselves a diamond pick. This is still one of the normal things, you know, most of the vanilla items have the normal recipe, and I say most of them because I don't really know how many of them have changed. And I do have close to here, not this map, yeah, a meteor. Now this is not an applied energy 6 meteor as I initially thought it would be, because we do not have applied energy 6. We have refined storage in this pack, so if you like refined storage, well, there you go. But that meteor actually has a chest and stuff. I don't really know what mod introduces that, but I do like the fact that that meteor is made out of obsidian, and I do need obsidian right now to make a nether portal, so it's a win-win. And who knows, maybe this chest actually has something good in it, you know, hopefully. So there we go, and oh, it actually has some good things in it. Yep, that's... I'm gonna take everything, even the cobwebs, because they maybe come in handy later down the line. Yeah, but the diamond's definitely good. And so here we go into the nether. I do not know what to expect. I really don't know if they made a lot of changes or some things with the mods. And of course I need netherrack, and I start here. Okay. Okay, I see the hounds, the doggies. So I'm guessing there's also going to be the ghosts. I don't particularly see any of those, so let's just go ahead and dig what we oh god. Oh yeah, I have the diamond one. Woo! And there we go. With now all of the things crafted, we can go ahead and claim a fuel tank, some earth seeds, some seared stone, which you can use to expand the smeltery, and encyclopedia of tinkering. Now this is going to be the first complicated thing, and this apparently is modularium, and it's an imported alloy, and I have to make it by the hand to start with. And let's see what's the recipe is. Well, the recipe could be worse. It takes a little bit of glowstone, which you currently don't have, but then it takes silver or gold, so copper and redstone, so it's easy at the start. Now, one of the things I noticed while trying to use the nature's compass is whenever I try to search for, well, for example, the badlands, the game just literally stops. Like, it's trying to search for it, but it just stops. So I went ahead and used the locate biome, and I can see I have one that's like 6,000 blocks away. So maybe it's just a little bit too far, because I would really love to live in a badlands biome, especially a big one. So I'm not so sure. Maybe 6,000 blocks is too much. It's only yeah, it's only like 1,000 blocks, not even 1,000 blocks in the nether, so it's not really that much. Well, I was trying to reach that place anyways, just to see how it would look like, and I found a second waystone, and I thought, well, I can just break this guy, but apparently we can't quite break waystones. Now, can we craft waystones? Well, with celestial gateways we can, and that seems to be a little bit out of the question at the moment, so no. I'm guessing it's a no. We can't quite craft it at the moment, so we would have to use this one. But nonetheless, I found this area over here, and I really can see my base being here, just in this general area right over here. We do have some nice caves over here that we can explore. We have a lava pool over here. We have a pretty decently flat area over here as well. We also have this massive area which is just waiting to be flattened. We also have a nice forest. We have a pine forest over here which has some really cool wood. I may want to explore the rest of this area to see if I find anything a little bit cooler or anything, but I really like the spot. Now I'm starting to move some things using the waystone that we have over here. I'm thinking of just starting to set up something here for like a starter home, and then moving down towards that way or this way. We're gonna have that. It's going to be our nether portal right there, and we're gonna maybe move that way and this way. But a cool feature that we have here in this pack allows you to very easily, while standing like near a bunch of your chests, just quick stack items into nearby chests. And you can see it even says there, and it highlights the chests where it actually puts stuffs into, which is very, very handy when, for example, you're out mining and you just want to quickly dump everything into that you have. And I can just use this to dump into nearby chests, but since I'm sorting items, I'll just rather sort things by hand than rather just tossing everything randomly into chests. So if you want to do that, you can, like a quick drop off. I haven't eaten this, so I guess I'll eat that. You can just quickly drop off everything into chests, but ideally you would sort things out, and you use this one instead to quickly sort things out. And yeah, you can see I'm also using a backpack to make things a little bit easier of taking from one side to the other. Now, the only thing about the backpack is this is only the normal backpack, because in order to make the iron one, we need ironium crystals, and that needs the energizing orb from Power, and we do not yet have access to this. And now, after relocating most of my resources, pretty much everything here, we have our smelter. Now the smelter is now up and running. We have our furnaces set up right over here, and this brings me to, well, I don't know what that is, but to this. Yes, because this is a pretty good thing that they give you. They tell you about that you can actually use Tinker's tools, or you could just use regular tools. Both have their advantages, and it's basically collect and take a free books, efficiency 3, and unbreaking 2, and a cobalt pickaxe head. Now the cobalt pickaxe head is actually pretty good, because I do believe I have, yes, this a stone pickaxe that is broken at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the basic tinker setup. So by simply putting the stone pickaxe into with this cobalt head, we get basically a cobalt pickaxe. Now we do have this thing is now up and running, as you can see. We do need to place down here a chest with this hopper, so we can have our setup fully working on again, and we can start smelting pretty much all the ores we have. This is a pretty basic setup. If you're used to tinkers, you know what you have to do. Place a chest here, place a hopper in here, and boom, we put a lever here, so this faucet is turned on and would automatically pour into here as soon as it can actually pour something into here. Now we do need to pay attention that I'm gonna do right now one thing at a time. I don't want to make alloys at the moment, and I'm not really sure that we can make, oh yeah, we can make alloys here, as you can see. So just do one thing at a time, and when you need to do alloys, you put the ingots that you perfectly want to melt together. And I'm also going to go ahead and see if this still works. It doesn't. I need at least one upgrade slot in the tool, and apparently the tool does not have an upgrade slot. Okay, so I thought this would work, but technically doesn't. I gotta try and get an upgrade slot here. Now I did manage to get my hands on some glowstone, and I believe that if we just grab our resources, we can start to move on with the pack. Now we do this, and if we go here, you can see that the recipe is pretty simple, if I remember correctly. Yes, and we have modularium ingots. Now it's gonna give us some pipes upgrades, but the first thing we gotta do is this. And I actually have everything on me. Look at that. Now we have a generic controller. This is done. Let's give us 2 more. We're just breezing through. You can stop and read these things. Now we need to make a bedrock miner controller. This quest is designed to introduce you to masterful machines. The first multi-block where tackling is called the bedrock miner. Oh boy. If you search for a machine controller in JEI and press U, you can see masterful machinery tab, and you see how this is made. The bedrock miner produces bedrock crystals, okay, using mana as its only input. This quest will be a freebie to get you used to the multi-block format. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So if we take a look at the generic controller, we want to make, we need a stone cutting table. Interesting. So we gotta make a stone cutting table. We should have everything here, and that basically allows us to have multiple different blocks out of this one. So we have a stone cutter, okay, that gave me the iron ingot back for some reason. Okay, and boom, there we go. Now we have the bedrock miner controller. Boom, we got it. What's next? Oh, we gotta submit. Oh, okay, so it gives us a capsule. Oh, that's perfect. give us some lenses and a lotus to get started with this setup. Now these capsules are pretty cool because they already give you what you want. Now I need to read through this to see see about something. It's the battle of the gods. It's a basalt versus a skeleton, and they both died. Oh, cool. Don't need bones though. Yeah, I was about to make a boo-boo. Apparently, this does need to go in bedrock. But take a look at this. It's basically, this is the machine itself. This is the front of the machine where you can see the, well, the actual controller. Then this is the output, I believe, and this is the input of mana from the side. So this is gonna be fun. We gotta go dig down to bedrock. So I went ahead, made ourselves a hole here, and now we should be able to get this capsule. And I'm not so sure like how big this is. Oh, it actually tells me when it's gone too much. Okay, so boom. We have our bedrock miner. You can see it's on idle status. It has an item output. Okay, so we can go ahead and test this out here. Now I'm gonna have to make ourselves a little bit more space to this side because this is the mana input port. So let's go ahead and dig, I guess 3 more into the wall should do it. So we have this small setup. Now let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. Should see some. Yep, we're seeing something. It still says status idle. You're getting things, right? It seems like you're getting power. Oh, it's working. Oh, okay. What we're gonna get? Oh, what did we get? What did we get? We got some bedrock crystals. Okay. These bedrock crystals are used to make the electric rods from power. They're used to make duskstone swords. When we get that, more paste. Bedrock casings as well. Pyrotheum blends. Okay, so it's gonna be fairly used. Yeah, it's gonna be fairly used. So now we also need a way to make this have, well, infinite mana, and I don't need to toss in some coal for this to work. So we gotta come up with a solution for that. We also need to get back out of here. I try to get this as close to this area as possible, as you can see, or starting area, which means that I can just, I'll pillar up and then to make some water elevators. Or do we have the normal elevators? We do have the normal elevators, so maybe these ones would work as well here. To just put one here and then just go up all the way up. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing that. But now let's go back up. Now for this next quest, we need to get the components for the, what's it called? The duskstone mixer. And you can see it has a lot of blocks. This one, the bedrock casing, isn't that bad. And then we also need this living rock casing. It's also not that bad. Packed ice may be tricky to get though. I don't really know. We have regular ice near a pure daisy. We get packed ice, so we can probably get up there. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, we can probably get up here into these mountains, and we can bring some buckets of water and can maybe get that packed ice. Shouldn't be that hard as well, but then we need a way to picking it up. We don't have silk touch. Oh, that's something I didn't thought about. We don't have silk touch. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit trickier than what I initially thought. And we also need a bunch of mana. Yeah, so we gonna need to make a automatic mana setup to get tons and tons of mana. So I gotta take a look into that. And then we just have to craft these things. This is pretty easy. We just put it through the stone cutting table. This one, generic item input port. Oh, we just use the modularity ingots. Okay, so it's not that bad. And last but not least, dusk stone mixer, which is a fluid import. Okay. So as you can see, this particular machine will take quite a bunch of different inputs. For example, it's going to have an input of mana. It's going to have an item output port, but it's going to have 2 fluid imports. So you can see that the recipe for the duskstone is a little bit weird, and this is what I told you guys. Don't worry about some of these things, because this is basically what we have. We have this duskstone mixer, and you can see that this guy takes in mana, molten gold, and molten obsidian, and then it gives you duskstone ingots. So what we're gonna have to do is that we're gonna have to link it up. Why are you having particles? I didn't use you. Okay, we're gonna have to link it up to this guy, so we can have molten gold and molten obsidian, maybe from the back or something, going into that other machine. So there's quite a lot of work to do. There's quite a lot of mining to do, and there's quite a lot of botania ahead of us as well, as I need to find a suitable and easy way of actually making a sustainable and automated source of mana. Even though it might or may not be slow, if I can just get an automated way of getting mana, that would just be pretty good for us to start. So I flattened this area out because we do have a pretty good thing right over here. We have some of these things that are blueprints, so they're basically an easier way for you to actually know what a machine should look like. For example, the duskstone mixer, Jesus, my English today. It's just a blueprint, so you place it down and you can see where you need to place the blocks to actually build some of these machines. But we also have these guys. Now these guys are not blueprints, they're actually the thing. So we can just click here, and we get a capsule for a starting home. And I thought, well, why not? Let's just toss it down, and we have ourselves a tiny little cozy home just out of the pocket. And you can see it has plenty of space. Yep, plenty of space up here, and to the side a little bit of a balcony as well, which is pretty good for you to start separating things. This go as a little bit of an attic as well. So yeah, this is perfect for us to actually move over from there into here. Now there's several different houses here. You can get all of them. I believe I'm going to actually take all of these, maybe. Some of these look cool, some of these ones are kind of meh. This one looks amazing, by the way, so we're probably going to use this one later down the line. The one I really wanted was this one, but currently we do not have access to it. I don't really know why. I also want this one as well. I believe it's because we need to progress a little bit further down the pack, but we now have ourselves a starting home, and we couldn't really ask for more, couldn't we? And it has plenty of space. And so guys, this is where I'm gonna have to leave you for today, because I have a lot of mining to do. Yes, a lot of mining, a lot of flower gathering and farmings and all those things. I'm already starting to get some things ready so I can go place down some crops. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. We're probably gonna be streaming as well between this and the next episode. So yeah, guys, don't forget, if you like this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and see ya in the next one. Bye.